and Spirit Woodworker too. Cool. Thank y'all for joining me. And I got someone else, Fancy Pants.
Wow, fancy pants.
Cool. So tonight, am I live over here yet?
Yep, we're live right there.
So what we're going to do tonight, I'm doing a live actually for Holly tonight, and I'm going to do some repairs on some furniture. This is a piece of furniture that some pieces of furniture we picked up from some neighbors for free, if I can get the dogs out of the way. And their dogs had chewed up the corners. I don't know if you can see that. See if I can zoom in a little bit. I'm trying to be cameraman and talk and all that. But their dogs had chewed up the corners of the chairs and made it all nasty and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is fix that. You can use regular wood putty, but the problem with regular wood putty is that it's not structurally sound when you use it on corners and things like that, and it just wouldn't hold up right there. So what we're going to use is wood filler. I'm using Minwood wood filler. I'm trying to use 2 different cameras. We're live in a couple of different places. We're live on Country Roads Crafts NC on Facebook and YouTube. And we're live on TikTok here with Turning Gnome. So I'm going to use the wood filler. I'm going to fill in these spots right here. And I got a dog driving me crazy.
Leave my baby alone.
And I'm going to fill these in. And the wood filler is a lot like Bondo on a car. And it's very strong. You can actually replace parts that are broken off, like drawer corners that are broken off. You can mold it back and shape it. And this stuff is very, very strong. It's just like Bondo in a car. So it's very strong to repair structural pieces where regular wood putty would just break off and fall off. This stuff will hold on there very tight. So you follow the instructions and it tells you that you're mixing up a 16-to-1 ratio, and they don't really give you its parts, 16-to-1 parts, right? But they don't give you anything to really measure with, obviously, because it's just parts. It doesn't matter what size. A part is a part. Parts is parts. So I'm gonna do my best to do a swag, which everyone knows is a scientific wild ass guess. For some parts here, just like McDonald's chicken nuggets. Parts is parts. Parts is parts.
Elizabeth says you need a trombone slide to read that.
Yeah. So, and one thing too, it's kind of cold. We're not out in the garage. We're actually in our dining room.
And I'm trying to keep up, and I'm schooling, so sorry.
And this stuff, if you know what Bondo is, you know that it has a very distinctive smell. Well, this stuff does too. It's just Bondo. I mean, it's almost identical. And I'm gonna tell you that if you have some Bondo out in the garage, I'm gonna tell you could probably use some Bondo and get by with it. It's not gonna take a whole lot, and you don't want to get crazy when you're mixing, unless you know you're gonna use a whole bunch all at one time. Don't mix a whole bunch at one time, because it will set up pretty quick. And if you mix up too much at one time, you're going to find yourself with a whole bunch of it set up in whatever you mix it up in, and it's not going to be usable. So don't get crazy.
Somebody said it's great to learn from you. Niece does kind of the same thing. Rin's aunt says great to learn from you, and the niece does the same kind of work. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for that.
What you doing, Frank? Somebody else is asking. Toad, NC Toad, what you doing?
Oh, hey, man. How you doing? I'm repairing some furniture, some little bite marks on some furniture. We buy and sell furniture, and some of the best furniture we get is free furniture. These chairs and the table that came with it was going to be thrown away, and so we picked it up for free instead of it going to a landfill.
To give at Christmas? No, not to give at Christmas. to give to our daughter because I'm cheap.
But
Blue.
our daughter just got a new house, and she needs a table.
Would you get back out there?
But we do buy and sell it, so we have a couple of booths that we sell stuff in, and a table like this, it's called a pub height table,
Really short.
and our daughter's kind of short, so it'll work for her until we can find her something better, or until she finds something better. But we could take this that we got for free, put a little bit of time and effort, a little bit of materials and paint into it, and we could sell it for probably $200 to $300, depending on what all we do to it.
So good on a budget.
So
Yep, it's very good on a budget. I like free, but all free isn't always free.
yeah, well, free is never really free. I mean, most of the time it ain't free. You're always going to have to do something to it. You at least got to clean it. Usually, if it's free, there's a reason. So, all right. So I've got a little bit mixed up. I probably should have mixed up a little bit more. I'm just going to put it in and try to work it in there really nice. And you want to put in a little bit more than you actually need. You want to leave it a little bit high, but you definitely want to work it down into the crevices.
Exactly. Free means more labor costs. You're exactly
Yes,
right.
you got some sweat equity involved in free stuff. That's a fact. Yeah, it takes a little knowledge, but I grew up pretty poor, so I'm used to putting in some sweat equity. And I don't mind putting in some sweat equity if it means I can save a buck or two. And I have a few skills, so, and I got a couple tools, so I can make a few things happen.
You got 59 folks watching.
It's not necessarily my favorite thing to do sometimes. I don't.
Somebody said for sure.
But
NC Toad, I'm sorry.
But I can do a few things. So this isn't obviously the better you make it, sometimes the easier it is to sand it off. But you do want it to be a little proud, so you can sand it down level. If you get it, try to make it too smooth. When you come back and sand it, you'll find yourself a little bit under where you should be, most likely. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it.
It's been a little bit.
And I'm not a Bondo guy. I'm not a body man, for sure.
Somebody else, have you considered teaching? Funny story about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so funny you should ask that. I was a formal schools instructor in the Marine Corps for 8 years. Then I retired from the Marine Corps and I went back to work for the Marine Corps as a formal schools instructor for 14 years. In between that, I worked at the local elementary school here for 3 years almost. And now I volunteer at the local high school as a volunteer. I teach woodworking, wood turning actually. And I teach at my wood turning club. So yeah, I teach a little bit.
And my name, NC Toad, is Holly. Yes.
She's my better half.
I'm sure you've heard him talk about me a time or two.
She is my better half.
And no, I just really like watching snapped or buried in the backyard for fun. I don't use it as a DIY as he thinks I do. The dog, he said me and the dogs are plotting, but we really aren't.
All right, so
Alpha 1-2 Infantry Fast Company. I don't know what that means, but okay, I'm sure.
Fast Company, Alpha 1-2, Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 2nd Marine Regiment.
Okay.
So it's a double dog.
They ain't in my numbers.
No, they're not part of the wing. They're part of the division. So that's that. And then once it dries, and it actually dries pretty quick in about 20 minutes. If I was to sit here and wait on it.
Nice to meet you, Renzant. Renzant. I think that's how you say it.
What's that?
RENIZSANZ.
I'll go with that.
Yep.
In about 20 minutes, I would be able to come back and sand that, give or take.
thin.
But it does dry pretty quick. You want to give it enough time to dry. If the one spot that was giving me trouble was up underneath, and what I should have done was put some tape under that to help hold that up while I was working on it. But I didn't think about that until after I got started, and then I was too lazy to go get tape in the middle of all of this while I was trying to film and all that. So I didn't do it. But once it dries, we'll sand it down, clean it up, and away we go.
So actually, we can come back live in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Probably give it about 20 minutes or so. We'll jump back on. I'm sure, unless Frank wants to talk. Just put the lid back on it.
Yeah, we'll sit here and BS
I can't deal with that smell.
Oh, come on now.
Nope, I can't. I'm sorry.
You don't like the smell of Bondo in the evening?
Nope. You want to keep it recording?
Yeah.
For mine?
Well,
mine's fine. We'll just cut it.
So, anybody get in trouble lately?
Michigan Driftwood says likes your work.
Oh yeah, I like your work too, dude. You do some neat stuff up
the
there.
Driftwood, the one you showed me.
I showed you all the driftwood he does.
Yeah.
That's some neat
That is
stuff,
cool.
man.
The one up by the lake.
Yeah, that chair. He's working on that chair. That is really neat stuff.
So for my Facebook and my YouTube guys, Frank's showing you guys how to fill in some dog bites. We got these chairs. We talked about them earlier. And we're going to let the Bondo dry, and he's just going to chit chat. So if you have questions to ask, you can fire them off. And he's on TikTok too live. So we're doing it backwards tonight.
Yeah, Bondo smells great. I agree. I like the smell of Bondo. It's a little overpowering right now here in the house.
Woo! Yeah, and it's too cold
to open the window.
Yeah, it's too cold.
Does it take stain pretty well? Actually,
This one does, I think.
I've never tried it with stain. It takes paint well. I've never tried it with stain
how about this? We can try it. How about that?
Yeah, we can try it. Once it dries well, I mean, it would absolutely have to be dried well. I'm trying to read the can right quick, and between my bad eyes and English being a second language, I'm having a hard time reading it right quick. But
usually he calls me his better half. I don't know if he does call me Holly sometimes. You didn't show him my anniversary present.
I did not.
Let me get it.
Product absorbs stain differently than wood. It is unlikely that exact color match the original wood would be achieved. So I'm gonna say that it takes stain, but not great. If you're trying to stain the wood and match it, it doesn't take stain great. It does take paint well, though. You can paint it very well.
You have 1.8K people.
But it does not take stain great. To match, if you're trying to match it to the original wood color or to the actual natural wood color, I'd say it probably doesn't match real well with that. But yeah, you can stain it. You can paint it well, though. We do paint it. We paint it all the time. It does take.
And I am going to paint these, so I will be painting these.
Yeah.
I'll paint them white.
Yeah.
Because I want to sell it. Maybe I might do it gray. I'm not sure.
Hey, your father-in-law showed you that with a Bondo. Yeah. Like I said, this is wood filler. It's actually called wood filler. It's
You got it from Lowe's? No, you got that from Ace
I got this
Hardware.
from Ace Hardware. They sell it at Lowe's too, probably Home Depot or any other hardware store. It's exactly like Bondo, except for Bondo, or at least last time I used Bondo, and it's been years since I've done any body work on a car, but Bondo I think is orange in the little tube. This is white, but it's essentially the same exact thing. There's not much difference to it.
You guys have
hey, thanks for the gifts. Whoever is sending out the gifts, I appreciate it.
Terry Smith.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I think. Unless it was me by accident, but I think it was Terry Smith.
Yeah, I see Terry Smith. Yeah, thank you, sir or ma'am. I appreciate it. Yeah, there is a pretty good trick.
We haven't been doing furniture lately, so our furniture is going to start picking up because we're on a mission to go on a quarterly sabbatical for a weekend or a week. So in order to do that, I have to step up my game.
Yeah.
I want to go on vacay. It was nice last week to get away. Just to breathe.
This is already, it's already just in a few minutes.
Not my floor.
It's not ready to sand yet, but it's already starting to set.
Do you need to go find a thing to sand it with?
Not yet.
Okay.
It doesn't take long. And when it dries, like on my spreader or whatnot, I can just take it. It'll pop right off, or I can take a knife. It'll just pop right off and cleans up pretty well. Just let it dry and harden up in the box or in the cup. Pops right off and cleans up pretty easy.
Can you
Nice.
guys on Facebook hear? Oh, they left. I was like, can you hear me? They left.
They don't want to sit around here and talk.
They don't want. They're looking for me. My guys are looking for me, and your guys are looking for you. So you guys have 35 on there right now. So I didn't get that many the other night.
Where do we want to go for vacation? Well, that depends.
I think we're trying to go to Pennsylvania in May.
She said Pennsylvania in May.
I want to go to Vegas still.
Yeah, we definitely want to try to get to Vegas sometime here in the near future. I'm not sure when it's going to be exactly, but we definitely want to try Vegas soon.
We just got back from Savannah.
Yeah, we just came back from Savannah
Awesome.
for our anniversary, and she did a retreat with the group that she's in.
It was awesome.
It was a combined anniversary and
business write-off.
working business write-off. That was pretty cool. I got to run around a lot and take a lot of pictures, and if you're friends with me on Facebook
You should be.
or Instagram, you are seeing a bunch of pictures I've been throwing out from Savannah on Instagram and Facebook, and I had a great time. All kinds of history, and a lot of my pictures I tag and I post the
Just trying to see them.
I post
I'm trying not to get.
the history
It
and
is a long cord.
I tag all the pictures with all the history and the commentary and all that. So, or I try to anyway. Had a great time there. I want to get up into New Hampshire area
Oh yeah, we want to go up
for the
there.
fall. I don't know if we're gonna make it in 2023 though.
We could. If thing goes the way, that's 3 trips. That'll be.
If not New Hampshire area for the fall, then I want to get up to the Blue Ridge or up into West Virginia again, back home.
Up to Davis.
Yeah, for the fall. I want to see the colors.
I
Because
miss-
down here in North Carolina, the leaves change. Like you have,
You have brown, and then you have dead.
yeah, we're on the beach. So, and I know everybody says I shouldn't complain because I'm on the beach, but you have 3 days of spring, 3 days of fall, and everything else is either summer or winter. And I like the fall. The fall and the spring are my 2 favorite seasons.
Vegas in March or November. Well, it won't be March, so maybe we can hit it in November. And Frank's been there a few times, and he actually lived not too far from Vegas.
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I lived in Yuma,
My
Arizona.
sister lived in Vegas for a while.
The Michigan in the fall, yeah. I've been to Michigan. I've been to Michigan a few times. I definitely don't want to be up there in the winter time. I've been up there and visited a few
Early
times.
fall.
Yeah.
I'm like cold.
I got a couple guys I was in the Marine Corps with.
Hey,
up that
Kathy.
way.
How are you? Sorry, I'm talking to guys too.
Yeah, Toad. I know you're out in the Blue Ridge area.
Ooh, Cherokee in the fall would be awesome too.
Out that direction.
So we're just chit chatting, Kathy, about waiting for Bondo to dry on our.
Kind of like
tour.
waiting on paint.
We had let me see it. Wait, where'd it go? There it is.
But
The
yeah, I
dog
know.
chewed- the dog chewed on the corner there, and we're trying to fix them.
You're out that way, and I think, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh, we are doing good. Thank you.
JJ, I think's out that way somewhere, if I'm not mistaken.
Right now, we're just chit chatting while Frank's waiting on it to dry.
And Woodvet, I think he's out that way somewhere.
With it. Oh.
Just
Hey,
guys
Estelle.
from TikTok.
How are you? We're just doing some filler on a chair when we're going to sand it up. We're just chatting while the filler dries, and I got to stop and let Lou in. So give me a second. She's barking at the door.
Our dogs are
Psychotic.
they got to go outside to go to the head, but then they want to come back in
Because they're
immediately.
spoiled and they don't want it cold outside. My Bubba's in the couch. She's warmed up now. He's in a blanket.
Yeah, I know. Bill, you're up in New Hampshire. Absolutely, I know you're up there. Up there where the pretty fall is at.
Hey, Estelle. Hey, guys. Just popping on live tonight to,
Oh,
to fix up
JJ's
some
more
chairs.
central North Carolina. Yeah, I knew he's west of me, but hell, everybody's west of me. If you go east of me, you're wet. So
Yeah, we're 6 miles from the beach, so. And it's cold today. It's like what? It was 30. My car told me it was cold, is why I know it was cold.
You wonder what I keep fiddling with it. I just keep checking this to see how dry it is, so I can figure out when I can start sanding on it. Not yet.
How are you guys doing? You guys want any crafting, Estelle, Kathy? What filler are we using? We're using just the mid-wax wood filler.
Bill, my condolences, brother. New Hampshire, Bill,
And we had the two different.
Holly.
Huh.
Bill said up New Hampshire it was -35 today.
No, thank you. There's a reason I live down here.
Yeah, it was above freezing down here today.
I was still cold. I
It
had
was
my
still
parka on. I had my gloves. Valentine crafts. Yeah. Tuesday I'll be going live again for decoupage, and then I'll be working on some Valentine crafts.
Y'all want to see what's driving me crazy all night?
My Bubba's
This
cold.
right here is driving me crazy all night.
He's just curious.
This is the spousal unit dog.
That's my little Bubba's. It's Finn. It's Finn again.
Mine is sitting over there
Oh, Estelle's in Michigan too, and she says it's
Mine's
30
over
today
there.
in Michigan.
being a good girl. Mine's being a good
There's
girl.
Blue and Finn. Oh, she's gonna sniff y'all. Look at that. Look at that. She sniffed y'all. There you go. She give y'all lovin's. She licked the camera.
You see that?
Yep. She licked the top part of it. She usually likes to lick my paint, but she can't lick the Bondo. I don't think that's very good for her.
sanding sponges.
If you give me a second, guys, I'm gonna step away. Get Frank a rack
Mm.
head. That's what I like to use. I think I'm gonna get a red one. Give me a second. Where is it at? I know it's happening.
-120 at top of Mount Washington. Holy crap. Hey, Michigan Driftwood, thanks for joining in with us, man.
I got
You stay safe and warm up there.
got a medium one and I got a light one. So
Yeah, we got two puppers here
Oh.
that are spoiled rotten, and they are definitely spoiled more than my kids were when they were home.
yeah, my kids are jealous of the dog. -120?
Top of Mount Washington, yeah.
No, thank
man.
you. What town are you in, Frank? We're in Sneeds Ferry,
Just outside the,
Topsail.
just out the back gate of Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting spring crafts too, guys. Got some bunny decoupage stuff I'm thinking about. And I'm gonna start working on my CNC too. I'm gonna start doing, I got some egg, what are they called? Oh, I have, I'll show you, hang on. I'm gonna work on a couple more of these. I got an egg container holder. I'm gonna work on my CNC. Look at that. I'm gonna show you guys first. Boop, there's my egg holder I'm gonna do.
North.
Here you go, show them that.
Yeah, so this is something actually, my wife's got a CNC, and I don't mess with the CNC. I put the bed down for the cutting board with the square board, but that's about all I do with the CNC. But, you know, eggs are such a big thing these days, and chickens are such a big thing, and farmhouse is such a big thing right now. So
Yeah.
we've been making
it's the two
chicken or egg boards to
The two-part
put on the
meat
counter to
board,
put
yeah.
your farm fresh eggs in, because you don't have to put them in the refrigerator.
So you mix them together. like
And
we did
so
down
that's
at
one of the
Pam's.
ones we've made. We made a couple that you could stack, had sides on them that you could stack up.
Actually, that one's on Facebook right now. I put it on Facebook as a picture. So, that
Yeah, the one that's
Yep.
got stackable. Actually, I had that one on TikTok too, actually, the stackable one.
so if they want to see a picture of it, it's on
So you can
Facebook.
check those out. And then we're gonna make a couple of them that are just a
Longer.
straight stick, look like a paddle attitude adjuster.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the stuff that she does, that's the stuff my wife does, is CNC stuff and crafting and
Yeah.
decoupage and all that.
So yeah, I'm trying to get stuff ready too for, we're going to be doing a live sale in middle to end of the month. So that's why I'm trying to get my stock together, because I don't have a whole lot. We're trying to up our game, guys.
Yeah, it was spalted maple.
I have no clue. It's wood Frank gave me.
Actually, that's actually not spalted. That is ambrosia maple. That's what that is. Ambrosia.
It's
maple.
pretty, and it doesn't even have a
So,
it's just plain. It doesn't have mineral oil on it yet.
yeah, it's plain wood. But the streaks is from the ambrosia beetle. They bore through, and you can see the wormholes right there
Oh.
from the ambrosia beetles.
Hang on, Kathy. Frank's got it. I'll show you in a second.
They the beetles bore through the wood, and I would normally try to be a little more polite, but their poop, their excrement, there you go. That's the polite word. Their excrement that they leave behind causes a bacteria in the wood. That's what causes the discoloration. So the gray streaks in the wood is a bacteria from the excrement of the beetle's poop, from the ambrosia beetle.
So I did that on my CNC.
So that's what that discoloration is from in a ambrosia maple.
You've got some wormholes in there.
So it's not a species of maple. It's actually just any maple can get that. It's just from the ambrosia beetle that causes it.
Yeah, so I'm going to make a few of these. I don't know what kind of wood he's got in there. We may be making a trip down to our favorite store tomorrow.
We're going to be having to do that pretty soon.
Yeah,
it won't be tomorrow. He's not open tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know he wasn't open on Sunday. Oh, just
only when I call him, and I'm not going to do it just for that.
Yeah, it's an egg holder. It's an egg. I'll be working on these. Frank's calling them an egg board or a chicken. What'd you call it? Chicken seed or
chicken
something.
Seed board.
Chicken seed board's what he was called. But yeah, and the post that I put on Facebook today, actually, we did that for a friend. She actually has chickens, and she actually gives me fresh eggs.
Oh, hey Jen, how you doing? I didn't see you come in there. I'm sorry. You made bird houses out of boxes this week for your little birds during the ice storm. Yeah, that's right. Y'all near Dallas, right? I think, or Fort Worth, maybe. Y'all had big ice storm come through there. Y'all in Texas, y'all ain't supposed to have that kind of weather. And this is like the second year in a row y'all have had bad weather. We always have ice storms up here. But
well, not this year yet, but hold your
thankfully,
time.
yeah.
But hold your time.
But yeah. I make bird houses also, and I make a lot of bird feeders here.
They have been little hungry bookers this year.
Yeah, the birds. The kind of the downside of making bird feeders and having them out is you have to keep them full through the winter because they'll stick around, and if you let them go, then the birds don't have any food and they'll die. So
they got stragglers. You got to feed
so
them.
I end up spending between the dogs, the wife, and the birds. I end up spending all kinds of money on food.
Stop that. My babies eat good.
Yeah, Jen, she's down in Texas. They've Metal Spins and Jen, they've been.
Look,
Jen, she's the one that made your.
Yep. Oh my goodness. My goodness.
Now, hang on a second. Holly's gonna grab something.
I love it.
I got one of Holly's Christmas presents from Jen. And Holly loves it.
I was drinking on water at work the other day and I didn't finish it because we left early.
But this is what Jen makes right here. Check this out. Big little tall water glass, insulated water glass.
One of Frank's friends on TikTok made me that.
Check that out.
He's gonna talk about it. So
I needed to.
It's a tumbler.
My wife loves the game Zelda, and I do too. When I was younger, and when the first game came out, and if you know anything about Zelda, the first game is called a gold cartridge game.
It came out, and it was anniversary was a gold cartridge. And actually,
no, the very first game was a gold cartridge game.
And actually, I inherited it from Frank, but it's mine.
The very first game was a gold cartridge game, and so I asked Jen to make me one, and she knew what I was talking about, and I sent her some different graphics that I wanted, and she picked up the two that she could do the best, and she knocked it out of the park. And Holly loved it.
It's mine. I take it to work every day. The kids at work, they're jealous. It's a huge.
Holly works on base up at Cherry Point, and bunch of kids, and she's a data bean, or she's a bean counter. She works with a bunch of kids.
I'm an auditor, Franklin. I am an auditor.
She works in an office with a bunch of bean counters, and they all into games, and so they all know what it is. I
didn't even have to say anything. I just had that on my desk, and they come in asking.
So yeah.
I beat the latest one right around Christmas. I was dragging my feet because I didn't want to beat it. I was playing Breath of the Wind, and I did not want to beat it because I knew it'd be done. So I beat it right before Christmas, and then I'm waiting for the newest one on Switch to come out. Hopefully, it comes out when it says in June. I'm ready for it, Frank. Frank, in June, I need to get that game.
All right. So this is, I'm kind of pushing it right here, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it.
Frank, he's going to go ahead and start. So I'm
just because I am.
Sorry about the wobbly.
I'm trying to. I don't want y'all hitting their board to death and me talking. So I put the Bondo in, or the wood filler in actually, and I played with it and actually tore a little bit out right there. So I'm going to have to go back and patch that again. But it's in there, and
You can see it.
it's not been that long since I put it in. It's dry right now. It could probably stand to dry a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and start sanding. And in this case, we're just using some sanding pads that are from.
They're rad pads.
These pads are
I
from.
picked them up from Walmart.
Yeah, I'm not
44
sure.
mark, 44 mark is where I picked them up at.
But just you take it and sand it, and I could actually probably use my sander on this if I wanted to. But it just sands down. You can see the dust coming on. That's why I'm not using a sander, because I'm in my dining room here. If I was outside or in my garage, I would absolutely be on this with a
Jim
sander.
Beam has to go. Did you see that?
Huh?
She said Jim Beam has to go. Mark's on the live, so she's helping him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks, Jen, for stopping by. I'll try to hit the metal spin here in a little bit. He was playing
NC Toad's helping me out. I'm trying to mediate two screens.
Metal Spins is Jen's husband. He does he plays all good, mostly really heavy metal, but last night he was playing Creedence Clearwater Revival,
Yep.
Eagles, and Fleetwood Mac last night.
Yep,
So,
yep. And they're on TikTok. If you guys.
yeah, TikTok, yeah.
Yep. Hey, Karen! Yay, my friend! Karen is from my retreat we did last week. She's in Australia. And we're going to be doing some lives together on Facebook and on YouTube together. She sells fusion over in Australia. My new good friend.
And we sell fusion here in the States.
And we sell fusion here, yeah. It
All
is
right.
9:30 here, Karen.
So let me see if I can get a little closer to this. Forgive the camera work.
I'm not doing it this time.
Just a few minutes of sanding, and I'm doing it by hand. No power sanding, and I'm not sure if my camera work can show it, but yeah, it's already smoothed out really good. I'm gonna end up. I didn't.
Who's going to step over your camera? Watch.
I didn't do what I said I should have done, which was overextend it a little bit because I knew I was doing it by hand. So I am going to have to probably go back and do another light coat just to smooth it out a little bit more. But
Oh, she's still in Atlanta, but she flies back to Australia on Monday. So she's in Atlanta, but we were in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia last week for a retreat for a group called Social Divas. That's what we're part of. And it's for small businesses Oh, and you guys know that because you were talking to Kathy, because I was down there with Kathy too. Katie, that's the name. I met Katie last week too.
in person.
Yeah. She makes awesome grits, guys. Just to tell you. I couldn't eat them.
And I got pictures of her making grits, working hard on my Facebook.
And Serena was patting her head with the
drying her brow and giving her something to drink. And
what happened there? It got really, really dark on my end. Well, not on your end, on my end. I think I hit the thing.
Again, just trying to sand it down a little bit. It'd be much easier with my power sander, but I don't want to throw that kind of dust out here in the
I
dining room.
love Katie too.
Yeah, she was a hoot.
She was a hoot. We talked a little bit. We talked about everything.
Teresa was a hoot also. I like Teresa.
Teresa was a hoot. Yep. I think all of them were hoot. Each of them
In their own way, yeah.
Yep. I love them all. I love connecting with all of them.
And trying to do this while
And
keeping
Karen.
my fat head out of the camera also was kind of a pain in the butt.
I'm trying to hold it and not make everybody motion sick, so forgive me.
It'd be so much easier on my lathe. But anyway.
And I'm spooling, so I can't see your friends. Look at that. Spooling.
So I think y'all get the point. It's sanding. And if y'all watch my lives when I'm turning, y'all know I hate to sand anyway. And I'm going to tell you, I hate to sand here more than I hate to sand on my lathe, probably. But it's that easy. You're trying to repair stuff, and we could actually build that up. And if we had a piece broken off, we could actually, like, let's say a corner was broken off
Oh,
right here.
Like right over there.
We could actually repair that. I'm not going to swing the camera that way.
Yep.
But we could actually repair, if we had to repair that corner, we could actually repair that corner right there. If it was just chipped out, we could repair that. And that stuff is strong enough that it would structurally be sound enough to support right there and not break off immediately. Regular wood putting, no way you could do that. But that wood filler, Bondo,
Sorry, guys.
you could
I'm
do
wiggly. I'm wiggly. Sit down. So
that.
it's making me sick.
I'm seeing the other screen out of the corner of my eye, and it's making me
It's
motion.
making me sick. I'm sorry. There's Frank.
Anyway, so
I'm sorry. I said it down.
when you have major gouges, especially gouges that are in an area that's on the edges or in the corners and things that would be easy to break, that's the best way to fix them. You don't have to cut out the wood and replace the wood. You don't have to throw the piece away.
And this was free from a neighbor, and a dog had chewed on it.
So,
and we're fixing it for Celia, our daughter.
and you don't have to well, you can actually call it just distress if you wanted to do that. But
Well, this was kind of a chunk. There's one over there that's really bad. I don't even know.
yeah, there was actually 4 chairs that came with it, and we're gonna give our daughter. There's one chair that's not worth fixing.
Maybe.
We're giving our
I
daughter.
might play with it.
We're giving our daughter 3 chairs, and then whenever we end up going to sell it, if any of y'all are into selling furniture, you probably know that it's easier to sell a table and 2 chairs than it is to sell a table and 3 chairs. Don't ask me why. So when we go to
Because it's
sell
a
it,
cafe table.
yeah, we'll sell it with a table and 2 chairs, and then we'll probably sell the 3rd chair separately in the other booth or something separately. But it's that easy to fix it. And if I had my power sander, it'd be done and over with by now. But I don't want to flood the house with dust. And
Yes, and it's
have to
really, really
contend
cold
with air
outside,
later. And I ain't doing it outside right now.
and the
rain
shop is really
and
cold.
So anyway,
think
there it
that's
is.
And then I'll come back on later on, maybe tomorrow afternoon or evening, and paint up a little bit. I think we'll be ready
Yeah.
to paint. So I did a live Sunday, just cleaning it up, and then we're doing a little live now. And then either tomorrow afternoon or later on tomorrow night, we will
My spouse will, you know.
go ahead and paint it for our daughter. I think I'm going to paint them white. I don't know, white or gray. I'm not sure yet. He hasn't talked to me yet.
It's not up to me. You're the painter.
No, I said it hasn't talked to me.
Oh,
Yet.
it hasn't.
I don't know what color. It's saying white. It's saying gray. I don't know yet. I haven't
Yeah.
asked it its opinion yet. We'll figure out that tomorrow. I can't see the things. My
Yeah,
thing's
I'm good.
full.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. All right.
Okay, guys. I think that's all we're going to do
Thank
tonight.
y'all for
And unless you
joining
guys
me.
have questions, we'll try to get back up with you guys tomorrow. You're going to do yours tomorrow too?
Yeah, probably.
We're going to do TikTok. I'll do Facebook, and we'll do YouTube. I'm probably going to be about 6:30ish, I'm thinking. So if you guys want to come back then and catch us, we'll be there and chit-chatting just like we are right now and painting some furniture.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
See y'all later. Y'all be blessed.